All right, so right now I'm in that area called Yandro Bay. This is near Macro Plaza. I made a video of this area once before. These apartments here on the right, we have a client that is currently living in here. It just to kind of get an idea, it's a one bedroom apartment. It's going for about $300 a month. Internet's included, water's included, trash is included, and and this is a typical neighborhood. This is a typical neighborhood in the area in Merida. I just wanted to show you. And if you don't mind living out here, and again, this is how the vast majority of families live. This is what the neighborhoods look like. Just wanted to give y'all a real perspective of what it looks like. But it's very safe. You have some older homes, some newer homes. They're all kind of mixed in. Let me roll this window down so y'all can see a little bit better. But as you can see, they don't look bad. Now, tent area like this, you're gonna have more dogs, stray dogs walking around. You're gonna hear dogs barking all hours of the day, all hours of the night. So that is a thing that you have to be mindful of. But apparently, for most of the local folks, the dog barking ain't a thing. It doesn't. I guess it don't disturb them because nobody said anything about it, and the dogs carry on. Now, the benefit to living in an area like this is you go down a block or two, and you're on the main road where all the shopping is at. I'm gonna keep the camera running just so that you can see. Let me put my seatbelt on. Hold it for me. Keep it pointed. So we just went over one block. Now we're at block number 2. And we're gonna come on the main road, and you're gonna see everything is around this area. Everything is walkable. You can get to the supermarket, you can get to the restaurants. As you can see here in front of me, there's a lot of paint shops, a paint store right there, another one right there. You step out here, you can catch the bus, you can flag them down from over here. So you kind of got a little bit of everything. So as you can see, this here is my favorite barbecue spot right there, Tejano. And so yeah, so this is what you got. Pizza shop, and there's a bunch of other little restaurants on my left. I'm trying to keep the camera from going over there because the wind might be blowing all up in the car. And check this out, you got a little Caesars coming up, a Dunkin' Donuts right there. You got everything, and we're coming up to a plaza here. There's a grocery store, Chedraui. There's a Walmart beyond that. There's a Dairy Queen right up the street. There's a KFC. In fact, I'm gonna go off to the left. I've already been down here, but this is a big shopping plaza, movie theater. And from that area that I just came from, you can actually walk to the movie theater here. It's probably less than a 15-minute walk. And you got everything you need out here, and you can walk. $300 a month. Now, further down that road, there's another client we had. We fortunately found a place for like $600 a month, and it was a 2-bedroom. It had there's a Kentucky Fried Chicken right there, and there's another plaza with a bunch of restaurants. But she had solar power. I believe it was like $625 a month, included all the utilities. She just had to pay the electricity, which was solar. I believe she said her average bill ran about $60 every 2 months, and that's with the air conditioning. But really nice area. You got options out here, man. This is a really nice area. And like I say, if you don't mind staying outside of the fancy providers, you can generally save quite a bit of money if you want to live in more traditional neighborhoods. If you want to live like the locals, the houses, while some of the streets we drove down may not look aesthetically pleasing, you will generally find newer homes in many, I'm gonna turn down one of these residential streets, you'll find new homes kind of sprinkled in between. So you got old homes, new homes, all living in the same area on the same street. You know what I mean? The well-to-do person might be living next door to somebody who just barely getting by. They all stay in the same neighborhood, unless you move to an exclusive neighborhood like Montebello. But as you can see, this doesn't look bad at all. You can find these homes like out here, $500 a month, $450 a month, $600 a month, and they'll have 2 or 3 bedrooms in there. Like you can see, some of the homes have a gate in front. Many of them do. Many of them don't. Completely safe. Now, would I live out here? Absolutely. Wouldn't hesitate one bit. If my daughter said, "Hey, Daddy, we moving. We grown now. I got my own money. I can pay my own rent," and they wanted to live out here, I would not hesitate one single bit. For me, they'll be just as safe living over here as they would in Concal. Now, this is inside the perimeter of the city. So this is what the overwhelming majority of neighborhoods and homes will look like in Merida. Like I say, when you come outside of the perimeter to places like Concal, you're gonna have more providers, and of course you'll find some smaller neighborhoods like this too in Concal. But Concal got providers all over the place. There's lots of providers in Cholula. So you got options here, man. So I would say neighborhoods like this, you're gonna save a lot of money, but it takes a minute for foreigners coming from the States to say, I'm not used to the way this looks because it looks a little rugged, it's crime ridden, it's not safe. That's what we instinctively think. And that's not the case here. It's the complete opposite. Just because something looks a little older and looks a little run down on the outside doesn't mean it's not safe. Like, this is a new house, it looks like right here. And like I say, these houses are perfectly fine. And don't judge it based on the exterior, because I think I'm going to go this way. You come out the street, you got these vendors out here selling food. You got, like I said, you got access to all the shopping. There's a Walmart right there in front of us, and pharmacies all over the place. I'm gonna attempt to make a left up here. Yup. Who door open? At my door. Oh, seatbelt. So now look at that, and see, living out here, these type of neighborhoods, you ain't gonna get these in Providers. Look at all them folks over there cooking that food. You don't get this in Providers. There's that Dairy Queen I was talking about. I'm gonna ride down this strip where that lady I was talking about had a solar, had a house with 2-level home, 2 bedrooms. I believe it was 2 bedrooms, $600 a month, includes solar. And again, she can walk up here to this Walmart. I believe she said she was about a 10-minute walk to Walmart. And many of these, it's Sunday, so there's a lot less traffic out right now. I believe her place was, we're about to come up on it, because there was a gym right there. Yeah. Remember this lady house? We're about to come right, yeah, here we come, right here. You're gonna see a little sign that say dentist. She was next to that. I thought that was it. It looked like it's different. Well, somewhere on that strip, that's where she was at. But as you can see, still got stores, shops, and like I say, everything right now closed down because it's Sunday. Got the pharmacy right here, so everything. She absolutely loved the area. Everything was within reach, and bus transportation, taxis, Ubers, all of that costs very little because when you order a Uber, don't have to go far. You hop in an Uber, go around the block, and this is when you get those $2 and $3 Uber rides when you live in the city versus on the outskirts of the city. So let me turn around. There's another gym there. I'm gonna keep the camera running, but again, if you got questions about choosing a place to live in Merida, reach out to us. If you'd like to talk, book a consultation, see what your options are for moving your family or yourself or retiring here in Merida. You got lots of options. And again, even this here's a car repair spot right here. And even if you want to live in the nicer areas, fancy areas, it's still going to be cheaper than what you're paying in the States. You still get a whole lot more for your money, You got options. But this, I know it might look a little rugged out here, but once you've been living here for 3 or 4 years, this literally becomes your new normal. And man, I wouldn't want anything else, honestly, because this is more than good enough, and you have everything you need. Like I said, that's like a fairly newer house. You got your beauty salons, you got your vitamin shops, your water spots, stores, interior designers, gymnasiums, fresh tacos. Look at it. This is a car wash right here. Everything you need. Hopefully the wind is not bothering you. I'm trying to talk a little louder to compensate for that. And like I say, these guys start cranking up food in the evening hours. There's that Dairy Queen we passed by earlier. They got a nice little Korean spot up in there called Korean Barbecue. That's another one. At the Walmart we passed by, and next to that, the big shopping plaza with another grocery store inside, a Smart Fit gymnasium right there. Grocery store, I believe there's an AT&T store up in there. All the banks are up in there, movie theaters up in there. There's an AutoZone in there, restaurants in there, banks, Bonamex, BBVA. Pharmacies over here, little butcher, clinics, lab work over here. This is a fabric store. You come over here and get your fabric to sew. There's a Church's Texas Chicken right here. Like I said, you got everything you need. There's a Subway in front of us. Big roundabout. And once you learn how to drive around these roundabouts, they're all the same. More shops and stores. Everything you need. Like I say, we got restaurants that we frequent a lot. We about to pass up that barbecue spot I pointed out to you a moment ago. They got a little valet parking out here. Some real good barbecue right there. El Tejano Barbecue. So we out here quite a bit. And this is probably about a 10-minute drive from, about 11-minute drive from our house in Concal. So it doesn't take a lot. Consultation, if you need some stuff for your house, hit them up. Coming up on another big grandiose roundabout. Like there's not a lot of traffic out today. Haley, I might go ahead and let you drive. Look at that, 4-piece, 12-piece chicken, 499 pesos. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down, let Haley drive. I'm gonna pull off so she can drive home without trying to get her license and all. So, thank y'all for watching and reach out, book a consultation. So, hello, Haley.